Hey, Big A, I recently discovered Pete Buttigieg, and I was wondering your thoughts on him. Can I take a guess on what happened? You saw, possibly not even the actual full thing, but you saw a clip of Pete Buttigieg on the Flagrant podcast, possibly discussing government-funded research, and you realized he was rational and had regular takes, and you didn't... Am I following your line of thought here? Did I? Because I think other people are getting that. Here's the main problem. He has butt in his last name. It's over for you politically. You can't be the butt guy. You're cooked. Pete Buttigieg? The nicknames will come fast and the furious. No one's going to win with that kind of president ass. Pete Buttigieg. That would be such a funny idiocracy moment. Pete Buttigieg trying to win over young people, so he has a Pete Buttigieg. I'm losing it. Yeah, I mean, that clip went pretty viral. We could even watch it. I thought he did a good job. I think it is good and impressive and important to have him go on these, you might say, adversarial spaces and talk 3+ hours and make his case and seem reasonable. I think it's good. Listen, I wouldn't even be mad with him as president. It's more that I think he wouldn't, or he would have a tough time winning. I don't know that he has the rizz. I don't know that he has the rizz. I'm worried that he's rizzless. In a country where, for better or for worse, our political leaders need rizz. For better or for worse, our political leaders, I think Americans can't get behind someone without rizz. Should we run the Rizzler, the next DNC? I'm thinking about it. I'm talking with the movers and shakers behind the scenes. We're pulling the strings. We're deciding who's going to be the DNC candidate. I think it might be the Rizzler. I think John Cena should be the Speaker of the House. Yeah, agreed. Why don't the Dems run the current president in the DNC? Sounds like an easy win. You think the Democratic Party should run Donald Trump in 2028? It's interesting. It would really be a never let them know your next move type of moment. It would really be a never let them know the next move. It would be tough to Trump-Harris 28. Trump-Biden 28. You know what I'm saying? Team them up. Just make him switch sides. It'd be a crazy win for the Democrats. Would it be a crazy win? I'm not 100% sure that I agree with you. Yao Ming 2028. Okay. Former basketball star Yao Ming. Believe a fully Chinese national. Am I crazy? Pretty sure just a fully Chinese national. He was in the NBA, so he's American. I'm not sure it works like that. Yao Ming. You guys keep throwing candidates out there. We have some time till 2028. We should get a full roster of candidates. I think you guys suggested Yao Ming. You suggested Donald Trump running as a Democrat. You suggested Stephen A. Smith. Lord Almighty, I hope not. Stephen A. Smith v. LeBron James, though. That'd be quite the election. Mecca Ronald Reagan. So this is like a AI trained on Ronald Reagan's speeches in a robot form, or is this bringing back Ronald Reagan's corpse but giving it robot parts? The corpse, okay. Corpse like a Gundam. Tupac hologram. Tupac hologram doesn't have its own thoughts and opinions. Tupac hologram is just a recording playing Tupac songs. You think I guess that would be a good president. You have fire performances. I mean, that'd be fire performances. Martin Scorsese for president. Absolute cinema, dude. Martin Scorsese for president. And of course, Robert De Niro for VP. Joe Pesci, Secretary of State. You get the whole gang, dude. Steve Buscemi would be Secretary of the Interior. Not old enough. Tiger Woods. What about Tiger Woods makes you trust his political philosophy? What about Tiger Woods is making you think he should lead us? A nation of 300 million. Ludwig for president? I was thinking about this. Obviously, I think Ludwig would be a terrible president. No disrespect to my dog. But we have a country where running for president and being president are so different skill sets. Like I was watching that series of Pete Buttigieg clips that went viral, and I was thinking, he seems like a reasonable guy, well-spoken, certainly compared to what we've had, and he's younger, I think he'd be a fine president. But because he would be bad at running for president, like, what if it could be Ludwig runs it, and then whenever he wins, it taps in Pete? That'd be a better system, bro. That'd be a better system, because I don't want Ludwig in the White House, but I don't think the people who would be good in the White House in general would be very good at running and getting 300 million disparate Americans with different thoughts, beliefs, and media environments to get behind them. J. Cole knew when to bow out. J. Cole 2028. Your idea of a president is J. Cole, not because of anything he's done in his life, except for that he knew to not continue the rap beef that he started. That is the one piece of humble president. Gotta know when to fold him. I mean, I guess like J. Cole wouldn't have had this tariff problem, I'll tell you that. J. Cole would have seen what was going on with Xi Jinping and he would have said, he would back down quicker. I don't know if that's like the only skill we need right now. He's like the Roman guy that gave up dictatorship. J. Cole is like Cincinnatus. No, I don't think so. I actually don't see any parallels. If you don't know the story, he was a farmer and Rome needed a leader, so they made him dictator. And he was like, he didn't want the job, but he did a great job. And then when he was done, he stepped down voluntarily and went back to the fields. I'm not sure that J. Cole putting out a diss track against Kendrick and then walking it back is the same thing. That's not the same thing. We didn't ask him to lead. President Taylor Swift could fix the economy though. See, this is where I would counter. Obviously, people have known that when Taylor Swift holds a concert tour in your area, the economy benefits. But if Taylor Swift were to become president, she would hold fewer concerts. So in fact, it could crater the economy. Her not touring would be more damaging. Did you see Elon saying if the ship of America goes down, Tesla would go down with it? No, but that is deeply patriotic. What a hero. I would say a man who is facing an increasingly losing battle to other EV companies in China would have a huge incentive to try and rile up patriotic nationalism for the one country where that can throw up tariffs on Chinese EVs. In a similar way to like every time antitrust is about to break up Meta or Google or Microsoft or any of these big tech companies, the one thing they say over and over in the meetings is like, if you break us up, we might lose the AI race with China. There's a national security. You can't possibly enforce anything on us. They become real patriots when their money's under threat. By the way, I mean, there's progress. One thing I will say is I've been shocked, truly shocked by the continuation of antitrust actions against big tech. Google and Meta, the cases are moving forward like continuously and effectively so far. We'll see, but it's a W. You know, there's a lot of things going wrong, but that is a W, and I didn't have it in my mental model. I'll just tell you that. It's cool. I mean, they're proposing making Google sell off Chrome, which, by the way, Google did say the exact line. Let me see if I have it. Yeah, here it is. Department of Justice called for Google to divest its Chrome browser unit and open its search data to rivals. Google said that's not in the best interest of the country as the global battle for supremacy in artificial intelligence rapidly intensifies. Would harm US in global race with China. Shocker. Shocker, 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 shocker. And this meme was pretty good. And then Meta saying the same thing when they're trying to spin off Instagram. As if Meta having complete control over all social media in America is necessary. There's no way we could possibly have an innovative big tech sector to compete with China unless we have a few key monopolies. It's ridiculous. Waymo is Google? Yup. Waymo's, I mean, it's a different company. They got bought by Google. It's not like they invented it, but ASML down 43%? Wait, excuse me? Was there a Chinese announcement? No, it's not. It's like flat for 5 years. Yeah, I mean, it's down from July 24, but it's like even with 23. I thought you were trying to get a 43% drop today or something. I was like, what? That would be insane. That would be like a big announcement that China had developed their own lithography machines and were selling them for cheap or whatever. That would be fucking Patriots drafted a left tackle. Therefore, I brought QQQ swing calls. What are you saying? I don't understand the connection. I don't understand how it applies to it. Like in real life, if you did this, it would be schizophrenia. No, I understand both what you did, and I understand that there's an NFL draft. I don't understand the connection, nor to what we're talking about, right? You just came in here and you just yelled this. This is what it feels like when the cashier tries to make small talk. They just like waterboard you with a random thing, a random direction for the conversation. You have no idea. It's sometimes with Uber drivers, but I've had some good Uber driver conversations lately. I talked with a fully Chinese national who spoke zero English, and I did it entirely through Google Translate. I wouldn't say it was the most deep or stimulating conversation, but we had a good time. I thought he was about to say I talked with a fully Chinese accent for fun. Why would you think that? At what point in my history would you think that I decided to jump into a conversation with an Uber driver in a fully Chinese accent for fun? Just knowing who you are. I don't think I would do that. Now, would I do an Italian accent? Yes, flawlessly, as the accent seedrums proved.